We're going to play the Pete. Because we have a Pete in play, we get to banish chosen character. Goodbye, Tinkerbell.
NANI?
This is the pizza. This is pizza. Pizza's here, aka it's pizza time. This is Pete Pizza. This is him eating pizza, and this is Pizza. It's got lots of cards that say Pete on it. This is what's known as a tribal deck because it just runs Pete's. But I also have other cards, which maybe I shouldn't do, but I have them. And we also have Maui's Fishhook because we're running lots of Maui's. And if you didn't know about Maui's Fishhook, it says if you have a character named Maui in play, you may use this item Shapeshift ability for free. And this is the Shapeshift ability. So you don't have to exert it and pay 2 ink. Or do you have to exert it? For free. That's interesting. This is a cost. Exerting is a cost. Chosen character gains evasive until the start of your next turn. And or chosen character gets +3 strength this turn. So if you want stuff to get +3 strength, you do it. And if you want stuff to get evasive, you do it until next turn. It's good. We have other options that we're going for. We're trying to play the best cards that we can to pair with Pete. We have Ariel, who has evasive. And it says whenever you play a song, chosen character of yours gains evasive until your next turn. And then we're playing a couple songs. We're playing 2 songs. So what's her deal? Why did I put her here? I don't know where her deal is, but I put her there for a reason. We have Maui, the best 5-cost card there is, and then we got lots of Petes. We got Pete, 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 and Pete. This Pete is the spicy one. When you play a character, if you have another character named Pete in play, if you may banish chosen opposing character. So if you already have a Pete in play, you play down Pete, and it's a Dragonfire. This Pete says exert, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a character named Pete, you may play it for free. So we're trying to hit this Pete into a Pete, and then if you already have Pete on board, it Dragonfires. We got this Pete, which is no actions next turn, and we like that Pete. And then this Pete is here to be Pete. Just in case we don't hit Pete off of Pete, we get this Pete. Those Maui's, one Ariel, because why not? Ariel is here for other stuff, to be evasive and take out Diablos. Ready, chosen character of yours. They can't quest for the rest of this turn. If it is a villain character, gain 1 lore, and all of these are villain characters except all the characters that aren't Pete, because Maui's not a villain. Maui is a hero deity, and she's not a villain, but we still have this. And then we have Duck for Cover. Duck for Cover says chosen character gains resist +1 and evasive this turn. Is just during this turn. That's okay with us. And then we have On Your Feet Now. It says ready all your characters and deal 1 damage to each of them. They can't quest for the rest of this turn. I thought that would pair really well with this Pete, so we could look at 2 cards with this Pete. Pete, Pete, Pete. There's a whole new world trying to look for some more Petes to play. We got Fortisphere, the best 1-drop that we could think of. We got Medallion Weights, which is pretty cool. It says exert. Yeah, pay 2 ink. Chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. Whenever they challenge another character this turn, you may draw a card. So if we challenge a character, we can draw a card. All we have to do is pay 2 ink. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Maui's Fishhook we talked about. And then this one, the Sword Release. I had somebody play this against me at locals, and it absolutely zapped all my lore. It says at the start of your turn, if you have a character in play with more strength than each opposing character in play, each opponent loses 1 lore, and you gain lore equal to the lore lost. So if you have 3 of these on board, and you have a very strong character like Maui on board, they're going to lose 3 lore, and then it goes to you. I can only have 2 on board because I'm only playing 2 of the Sword Release. And then we have Maui's Place of Exile. Characters gain resist +1 while here. It doesn't get a lore, but it gives us resist +1, and that's going to make our Pete survive for a long time. Low uninkable count at the 12 mark. We like it. We just wanted to try out Pete. Eventually, there's going to be more Petes, and they just announced today in Azurite C that there is a new Pirate Pete that's coming out. So we're super excited to update our Pete deck with new Petes when we get rid of Maui's and Ariel's and just play Petes. All Petes, all the time. Let's play together by going to Menu, Export, Ink Table, Play on Ink Table.
Things that we learned in this video: don't try this deck. It's not worth it. Number 2, the new Maui Half Shark card is so good. That card would make this deck work. Probably not. And then number 3, Maui's Fishhook is a better Pete. If you're thinking about playing Pete, just play Maui's Fishhook instead. It does more things. It's just better. It's a better card than Pete.
We're keeping everything. We're going to ink the weight set. Play Fortisphere. We get to draw a card, and then we pass the turn. We have the hook, and we have Maui. They have the Simba. They draw and discard. We can ink, duck for cover, play, nothing, and pass. They have mouse armor. Super good. We will ink our Place of Exile, and we will finally get to play our Pete, and then pass the turn. They're up at 3 ink. They give mouse armor resist to the Simba. Then they baboom. It's going to do 2 damage to our Pete. We can card ability Pete. It's a whole new world. It goes to the top of the deck. We will ink. Sadly, we got to ink Pete. And then we'll play the Maui's Fishhook. And then we will play the Fortisphere. And then we pass the turn. Everything's fine. They're up at 4 ink. They quest. No, they don't. They exert the mouse armor. They do a damage. They don't take any back. There goes our Pete. They play a Robbity Bobbity. We can ink our Ariel safely. We can play our Maui. We can challenge the Maui into the Simba. And then we can give him evasive so this Robin can't take it out. And we pass the turn. That's what we're doing. They have a Mickey Mouse trumpeter on board. We're going to play Pete. And we're going to bummer, not play that. We'll challenge into there. We will give ourselves evasive. And we'll pass. We're playing the long con now. They play Sir Arthur. We can ink her. We can play this. And then we can sing with Maui. I like singing with Maui. Maui's singing. We get lots of stuff. Ready, chosen character. Perfect. If we ready him, what would we want to do? Nothing. We can give evasive to him. And play Pete. And step 3. Step 1. Yeah, we'll challenge that. And we'll pass. That's what we did that turn. We have evasive on Maui, so we're okay unless they baboom or let the Storm Rage onto our Maui. Quest for 3 up to 6. They play Simba. It gets rid of our sword released item, but we get sword released item back. Do we play sword released item? Play sword released item. This gives resist, yeah. We don't need it. Oh, we can ink it. Play a Fishhook. We could give him 9 strength. pretty funny. I like that a lot. So we will card ability Fishhook, give 3 strength to this, and then I will card ability Fishhook to give 3 strength to this, and then this Pete is now a 9/3 character, is going to challenge King Arthur. Takes out the King Arthur, takes out the Pete, but that's okay. We can use our Pete to exert Pete, to hopefully find a Pete. It's medallion weights. And then we pass. That's what we did that turn. Good memes. Solid. They take out a Pete with their Simba. That's okay, that happens. Hopefully they don't shift Tinkerbell. We have medallion weights. And we have Maui's Fishhook. We play medallion weights. And then we play medallion weights. And we ink this. And then we card ability medallion weights onto Maui. And then we card ability medallion weights onto Maui. And then we card ability Fishhook to give 3 strength to Maui. And then we card ability Fishhook to give 3 strength to Maui. Maui is now a 16/5 character. Good deal. Maui is going to send Simba to the Shadow Realm. We get to draw a card, and we get to draw a card with our 2 medallion weights. And that's about it. And then we pass the turn. That was fun. They play another King Arthur. They give resist here. They're doing crazy things too. They're up at 7. Maui's got to do his thing. So we'll play Maui. And we'll play the Place of Exile. And then we can move him to the Place of Exile. We can ink a duck for cover, even though that would have given us resist and would have been a good idea. We can card ability to give +3 to Maui. We can card ability to give evasive to Maui, just so this Arthur doesn't take it out. And then we will challenge Maui into Tinkerbell. We take 3 back, and that's okay. And then we pass the turn. They play yet another Arthur. Incredible. The Arthur quest for 3. All right. We have lots of stuff to do this turn, including giving him so many. So what do we want to do? We want to card ability the medallion onto Maui. Card ability the medallion onto Maui. We want to be able to one-shot this. It's only a 6. Does it have resist? When you play this character, chosen character gets resist. It has mouse armor, so we need to give it 1. So we will card ability this to give strength to there. This would give it resist. It takes 3 back. It already has 3. It would take 2 back. Don't do it. We'll play this Maui. And then we'll challenge this Maui into there. We'll get to draw 2 cards with our medallion weights. We can ink Ariel. And then we get to move Maui over there. And then we can use this to give this Maui evasive, so this one can't challenge it. And then we pass the turn. That's what we did that turn. It was a crazy turn. They play a Simba to banish an item. They get rid of a Fortisphere. They quest for 3. They're doing their thing, and they have resist on it from mouse armor. So we will card ability this. Give 3 strength to Maui. We will card ability to give evasive to Maui. We will card ability to give Maui draw a card. We will card ability to give Maui draw a card. We will play a Fishhook. And we will card ability the Fishhook to give Maui +3 strength. So now Maui is again a 16 character. We can play Fortisphere. Draw a card. Evil comes prepared. We can play resist 1. Is it worth it? Kinda. I think we will play that. And we'll give resist 1 here. And then we will challenge Maui into the King Arthur. We get to draw 2. 1, 2. We can still ink a card. It's going to be Maui's Place of Exile. And then we pass the turn. We're doing the big brain plays. We only have 26 cards left in deck, and our goal is to play Pete and then play Pete to banish a card. It's what we gotta do. They do 3 damage to our location. Play a Tinkerbell. We get Pete. We're going to play Pete. We're going to play Pete. We're going to card ability those to Maui. Card ability this to Maui. And Maui will get to challenge the Simba. We get to draw 2. They get to be banished. We can ink Ariel. And we can move both Petes to the Place of Exile. And then we pass the turn. We're okay. Everything's fine. They have 31 cards left. We have 23 cards left. They shift the Tinkerbell, does 1 damage to everybody. Definitely should have given ourselves evasive to Maui, but we didn't. We're silly goofs. But they go ahead and quest anyway. Alright, we got 2 Evil Comes Prepared. We got Pete. We got a way to draw 2 cards. So we're going to start with this Pete. We will card ability the Pete. Look at the top card. It's that. What's it called? How far I'll go? No. A Whole New World. So we are going to Whole New World. So we will get rid of Maui. Because we want to be able to play a Pete. We will card ability this to give us a draw 1. And we will card ability to give us +3 strength to Maui, just cause. And then we will challenge Maui and Mickey. We get to draw a card. Now we have Whole New World. We're going to play we're going to quest Pete. Then we're going to play On Your Feet now. Does 1 damage to all my characters, but they get to ready up. And because I'm at Maui's Place of Exile, it does no damage. Then I'm going to sing Whole New World with Maui. Just looking for a Pete here. Just give me a Pete. There we go. There's the Pete. Here we go. We're at full build now. They're still drawing their cards 1 at a time. Here we go. We're going to play the Pete. Because we have a Pete in play, we get to banish chosen character. Goodbye, Tinkerbell. And then we will not move. Card ability, this Pete. Looking at the top card, it's Pete. We get to play Pete for free. And then we pass turn. We're at 6 lore. They're at 12 lore. We only have 13 cards left in our deck. We sure hope we can make it work. They play Tinkerbell. They play Kita. They play Arthur. They ink a card. Play Robin Hood. And then they pass the turn. So what we have here is called the Wombo Combo. We're going to play Pete. When we play Pete, we can banish a card because we have a character in play named Pete. So we'll get rid of Arthur. We will ink a Maui. Don't need him. We will play Pete because this is a Pete deck. We can try to win off of the sword released. That does 2 damage back to me. So Pete's got to take it out. We will challenge with Pete into Kita. Definitely should have Medallion first. We can use Pete to look at the top card to see if it's Pete. It's Maui. We can play a Fortisphere to draw the Maui. We can play Maui's Place of Exile. And then we get to quest. We get to quest Pete. And we get to quest Pete. And we get to move Pete to Maui's Place of Exile. And then we pass the turn. I forgot that I could move to that Maui's Place of Exile. That might have been better. Ink Table's not responding mostly because we played so many cards. There's too many cards in play. They play Tinkerbell. They quest her. Play the Simba, gets rid of our fishhook. They play a duck for cover. Incredible things going on in this match. It's our turn. We get a Pete. We are going to card ability the Pete, looking for a Pete. It's Maui. Should have known. We will just quest Pete. We're also going to quest Pete. And then, I think we'll quest Pete. And then over here, this card, we're actually going to quest Pete. And then this one over here, we're going to quest Pete. And then we're going to play Pete. And play this Maui that no one has ever played before. And play this. And ink our whale. And we want to do card ability, our fishhook, to give evasive to Pete. And we want to card ability, our fishhook, to give evasive to Pete. And then we want to card ability our Fortisphere to give bodyguard to Pete. And then we want to challenge the Tinkerbell. And then we get to pass. There it is. That was our Wombo combo. Pulled off the Pete triggers. Lots of Pete's in play. Only 10 cards left in the deck. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta Pete what you gotta Pete. Hey, Pete. Looks like Ink Table doesn't want to play anymore. Looks like we got too many things going on. Looks like we got too many Pete's. They quest. They go up to 12. They play a Simba. They draw and discard. Why didn't they play their Arthur? I'll never know. They play a Simba and they get rid of our Place of Exile. Oh, no. They exert their mouse armor to give resist. They exert their mouse armor to give resist to the Robin. Robin quest, they're up to 13. Alright, so we will card ability this Pete, looking for a Pete. It's a Maui's fishhook, so we know that we have to draw a card to get rid of Maui's fishhook. So we will card ability Medallion to give Pete draw a card in a challenge. And then he will challenge the Robin. Draw a card. Fishhook. And then we need to card ability this Pete, looking for a Pete. It is a Pete. We get to play Pete for free. There we go. And then we can quest this Pete for the win. There it is. That's all 20 lore. Playing the Pete deck against a mono steel deck Because that's the only way I could beat them with this deck. This deck is not good. Don't play it. It's just fun to see the cards interact in a different way. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next video.